Hello team and welcome back to the channel. So before we start, I would request you, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There are lots of amazing free courses as well as free hands-on content with respect to DevOps as well as Cloud DevOps. Now coming to today's topic, so today I am announcing my batch 4 of DevSecOps and Cloud DevOps from scratch. Okay. So we'll discuss in this video the content of the course, what I'm going to teach and what will be the duration of the course, the timings of the course, and in what ways we are going to cover the course. Okay. As well as how this course is going to be beneficial for people who are looking to transition into DevOps from different domain, as well as people who are completely beginner in DevOps and are not sure from where to get started. So this course is going to be helpful for those specific people. Okay. Now talking about, so as of now, like currently we are running batch 3 and batch 3 is almost finished in March, and March 10th we are going to start batch 4. Okay. Giving you a little bit background about myself, so I have almost 5 years of experience. The best part in that experience is that since beginning I have been working as a DevOps engineer. My previous company was Capgemini, where I was handling multiple projects working as a DevOps as well as Cloud DevOps engineer. At this point I'm working in Deloitte working as a Cloud DevOps engineer. So whatever experience I have gained on from these two companies and whatever things I learned, whatever problems I faced with respect to DevOps, same thing I'm going to teach you. Okay, so that you don't face any kind of those problems and you can learn DevOps very easily through a proper roadmap. Okay, that's the plan. Now coming to the course. So the thing is that this course is specifically designed for people who are looking to transition, as well as people who are completely new to DevOps or like just know the basics of DevOps. This course will help you and make you 100% job ready, so that after the course is finished you'll be getting started by giving interviews. Okay. And the best part is that I'll help you prepare for interview as well. I'll help you prepare your perfect resume. I'll guide you how to mention the projects, what kind of projects you should mention, everything I'm going to help you with. Okay. Coming to the contents of the course, so let me show you. So first of all, let me explain you the schedule. So since the syllabus of my course is one of the biggest course that I have. Okay. So the thing is ki, in order to complete the whole course in whole syllabus in 2 months, the way that I'm going to teach is that we are going to take live sessions on weekends, specifically for doubt sessions, or like if you want any specific topic to be explained by me, we can cover that on live sessions. Okay. As well as the complex topics which requires live interaction like Kubernetes and all. So those things we are going to cover on live sessions, and timing will be on weekends 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST hours. Okay. On weekdays I'm going to record like proper videos, custom videos, which will explain you how to get started with specific topics and tools and how to do hands-on. Okay. And we are going to do everything real time, so we are going to discuss what is the best practice for doing anything, any specific kind of thing, as well as what is the best way to like implement something. Okay. That will be like those kind of videos I'll be sharing you on weekends, so that you can practice in your available time. Okay. Because if I just take sessions on weekends, we won't be able to cover the whole syllabus, and even if you are covering, we won't be able to cover in proper way, because each topic is requires multiple hours of sessions, right? After that, after each session I'm going to give you notes, complete descriptive notes with all the commands that I'm going to use, along with assignments. So after each topic is completed, I'm going to give you one assignment which you need to implement, and just update me, okay Aditya, I'm able to implement, or if you're facing any issue with respect to assignment, then you can let me know. Okay. The purpose of giving you assignment is that whatever things we are learning, let's say I completed Kubernetes. Okay. So whatever concepts we cover in Kubernetes, whatever concept is there, like all the like PVC deployment service, different kinds of service, then we have like PVC, and then we have different things. So everything we are going to consolidate in that single assignment, and you need to implement it. So after an implementation of that, it's like you can easily confirm, okay, I have completed this assignment and I am confident in Kubernetes. Okay. And also, when I say best practices we are going to follow, that means it's not we are going to deploy to Kubernetes simply. We are going to follow best practice. We are going to create our like a service account for RBAC, role based access control, and then we are going to do the deployments. Okay. Side by side, it's not key for anything I'm going to start using root accounts. We are going to use we are going to create separate proper accounts, and then we are going to perform all the implementations using the third account or service account, you can say. which is a kind of best practice. Okay. Coming to next, so we are going to have a dedicated Telegram group where you can discuss your doubts, you can get updates like when what will be the next session, or if you have any specific demands ki Aditya, I want to learn this topic, kindly make a video on this in detail. So you can post that and I can start working on those topics. Okay. So also team, the best part of this course is going to be that as I mentioned, this is specifically for people who want to transition as well as who are beginners in DevOps. Okay. So for those people to understand real-time scenarios in DevOps, you need to understand how a corporate kind of project works. So that also I'm going to explain you through a proper architecture diagram. Okay. And in addition to that, once we are in the end of course, I'm going to help you prepare a proper resume, my own resume. With respect to that, I'm going to help you what things you should mention, what kind of projects you should mention, and what ways you should write what things you have done with respect to DevOps. Because at this point, the first stage of filtration in DevOps interviews is the resume. So if you are having the perfect resume, you can easily get shortlisted. Okay. So, okay. Now, talking about hands-on projects, so there will be a specific section where I will put complete detailed hands-on projects so that you can watch it, you can practice it. Okay. So what we are going to do, 10 hands-on full stack projects we are going to implement. Okay. When I say 10, that means they are going to be in different programming languages and different kind of projects. Like for example, like there will be Java based projects, full stack projects, Python based full stack projects, .NET based full stack projects, right? Microservice based full stack projects. So in this way, if you are implementing these 10 projects, we are able to complete everything. Okay, we are able to cover all the different kind of projects in DevOps. Okay. And also, as I mentioned, since you need to transition, so you need to have a knowledge of corporate kind of project, like how project implementation gets done in companies. So that also I'm going to explain you through multiple corporate projects so that you can understand how exactly like DevOps task with respect to like corporate projects happen in companies. Okay. Coming to next. So okay, now starting with the module 1. So in module 1, what what sorry. So in module 1, we are going to cover DevOps intro. In DevOps intro, what exactly we are going to do, what exactly is DevOps, why do we need DevOps, what problem does it solve? Because you know, in DevOps, every tool that exists, it solves a problem, then only it is being used or it exists. Okay. Also, we are going to understand the workflow of DevOps, how exactly things happen in companies, so that you can get a good idea about how things happen. Okay. Coming to module 2, so in module 2, we are going to cover Linux and shell scripting. Linux, obviously, like almost 80 to 90% of things in DevOps is getting covered through, getting done through Linux. Okay, so Linux, we are going to do like a deep dive so that we can understand all the commands, we can practice, and then we are going to do shell scripting. Again, assignments after each module is completed, there will be one assignment which will help you to like consolidate all the things that you have covered in that single module. Okay. Coming to module 3, it is going to be Git and branching. So Git, we are going to understand from scratch what exactly it is and what are the most important commands we should know. In addition to that, the most important question that is being asked in interviews is branching strategy. Also team, just to let you know, everything that we are going to cover here, so for that, like proper documentation will be there. Okay. In addition to that, once two different like specific documentation also will be there. One is the interview questions with respect to every single tool or technology that we cover, like interview questions, and in addition to that, troubleshooting. Okay, so I'll be preparing a document also which will be containing specific kind of errors and their solution with respect to specific tools. Whatever things I used to face, I want to put that in a document so that you can understand, okay, what kind these are like general issues with respect to this tool. Okay. Coming to module 4, so in module 4 we are going to learn build tools. You know, like if you are working with different programming languages, you should know the project structure, like which file contains the dependencies, which file is the build file. Okay, so if you know all those things, we can start building. Before we deploy the application to Kubernetes or any kind of deployment server, we should test the application on our local environment, like basically run the application in dev environment to see if it is working fine or not. Okay, so those kind of things we can work with build tools. We have Maven, Node.js, .NET, Python, which we can use to build different kind of programming language based projects. Okay, and also again I am saying assignments will be there which will cover every aspect of it, all the aspect of that specific tools. Okay, module 5. So module 5, I want to make sure that you are completely able to write pipelines from scratch in different CI/CD tools like Jenkins, which is one of the most important one. So we are going to cover Jenkins in deep dive. Every aspect of Jenkins we are going to cover. After that, we are also going to cover GitHub Actions, Azure pipelines, and AWS code pipelines, so that we are able to write the pipelines from scratch in these different kind of CI/CD tools as well. And assignments will be there for sure, along with the documentation. Then we have security tools. So at this point, you know that one of the most important aspect of DevOps is security tools. So if you are able to understand different security tools, how they work exactly, what they do, and how they are being exactly used in different companies, then we'll be able to properly add in our resume that yes, I know DevSecOps part as well, because I know different security tools. Just to let you know, DevSecOps is not just security tools, it is also following the best security practices, okay, which we are definitely going to cover in our course. Okay, and you can see total 5 security tools I have added along with the assignments. Okay, coming to module 7, so release management does happen, right? So along with release management, we are also going to learn about artifact management. For example, let's say I'm working with Java based project. So when we build that project, we get an artifact in the form of jar file, right? That jar file is the file which is going to be executable application, right? And we can have multiple versions of that jar file. How do we manage it? So that also we are going to cover using 3 different artifact management tools like Nexus, Azure artifacts, and code artifacts from AWS. Okay, you might be thinking, okay, this guy is covering AWS, Azure both. Yes, we are going to cover AWS and Azure both, the most important resources which every DevOps engineer should know. So those things we are going to cover. Okay, and along with the assignments as well. Coming to next, we have module 8, which is Docker. Now in Docker is one of the Docker is one of the most important tool which we should know, right? So in Docker, what we are going to cover is, firstly, obviously, we are going to cover from scratch everything. Docker intro, what exactly is Docker, what problem does it solve, why does it exist, right? Then Docker file, understanding writing Docker files, working with Docker images, working with Docker container, manipulating Docker containers, right? Then creating Docker network, what exactly Docker network, how we can use it in our Docker compose files, right? Then we have Docker volumes, different Docker volumes, how we can use, how we can create, what kind of Docker volumes exist. Then multi-stage Docker file. Okay, and again, all the things that we are studying here, we are going to do hands-on also, and after the course is completed, one assignment will be given to you. Okay, coming to next, which is one of the most important topic, which is Kubernetes. So in Kubernetes, we are going to get started with understanding Kubernetes architecture, its components, then setting up Kubernetes on local server, our own virtual machines, setting up Kubernetes on AWS EKS, setting Kubernetes on Azure AKS, right? So in that way, we'll be able to work with different kind of Kubernetes, that like cloud Kubernetes also and local Kubernetes as well. Okay, along with, we are going to learn YAMLs, and finally we are going to deploy full stack applications to self-hosted Kubernetes, EKS and AKS. Okay, and assignments will be there. So in this way, we'll be able to cover everything about Kubernetes. Okay, coming to next, we have IAC, which is infrastructure as code. So in IAC, we are going to cover Terraform and Ansible. Deep dive will be there. From scratch, I'm going to cover. So that means if you do not have any experience with respect to Terraform or Ansible, still you'll be able to learn and you will be able to work. We are going to cover multiple projects so that we can get proper experience, which we can explain in our interviews as well. And assignments will be there, as I say. Okay, module 11. So here I want to cover cloud DevOps part. When I say cloud DevOps part, so I'm using Azure DevOps. Okay, in AWS also, we are going to create our pipeline, full stack pipeline for build and deployment, but primary will be Azure DevOps. We are going to set up our Azure organization, create our projects, push our source code, create pipelines, push artifacts, then deploy to different Azure services like app service, Azure AKS, and these kind of services we are going to use. Full stack CI/CD we are going to create. We are going to integrate Sonar, Cube, OS dependency check, Trivy, everything in Azure DevOps pipeline. Okay. Next we have monitoring. So once we are able to write pipelines, next thing obviously we are going to need to monitor those applications, which we can do using tools like Grafana and Prometheus. So that also we are going to cover from scratch, what exactly they are, how we can set it up, and how we can use them. Okay, and yeah, assignments will be there. Coming to next 13, module 13. In module 13, we are going to understand corporate projects, how we can work with corporate projects, and what kind of corporate projects exist in companies, how application gets deployed, what kind of DevOps tasks are there. Everything we are going to understand in module 13. And yes, so this is what is about this course. And in module 13 also, we are going, as I mentioned, I am going to help you with your own resume, how to write things, what kind of project you should mention, how should you explain the projects. Everything will be there in module 13 itself. We are going to prepare for interviews. I'm going to share you some, like, some things which you can understand, like basically to how you are going to give interviews with respect to DevOps. Okay, so that's pretty much about the course content. And next, what exactly you need to do, so you can go to this link in the description, and then you can uh, register yourself on this course. Okay, and yes, this is going to be batch 4 starting from March 10th of March. And the cost, so I have created one coupon. If you use that the coupon description also will be linked. If you use that coupon, you will get around 20 to 25% of like off on the actual price. And after applying coupon, the cost that comes is 6400, which is much less than any other course out there with respect to the amount of content that I'm going to give. So 6400 is not so much, but and if you really want to transition to DevOps as well as learn DevOps from scratch, this is the course that you should definitely enroll to. Again, if you are having any kind of specific queries that you want like to be addressed, you can ping me in Telegram. My link will be in the description. You can just ping me anytime, whatever queries you are having. Okay, so yes team, make sure to check that out from the links. All the links will be in the description. Make sure to check them out. And yeah, so that will be all today. If interested, make sure to register. And registration will be open, I think, till the course starts around March of 10th. Okay, so that will be all team, and thanks for watching. So have a nice day.